You want to keep mom and dad on your feeding schedule, make sure they're feeding you at the right time, making sure they're changing you. And we want to track how many times does mom change you versus how many times dad does. We'll create a drop-down menu of feeding and nappy change. We'll apply this to the whole range. We'll apply this to the whole range of the B column. We'll also give it a bit of a color. And so we can just select feeding, let's change that to green. And now parent, we'll do the same. We'll create a drop-down menu, mom and dad. Whenever someone selects mom or dad here, we want to automatically set a timestamp in A2. So let's do that in AppScript, extensions AppScript. We'll use function on edit. We'll have some activity here. We'll get the variable time equals new date. We'll get the column by doing variable column equals activity dot range dot get column. Now we'll say if column is equal to 3, this is the third column, and we also need a row, variable row equals range.getRow. And row is greater than 1, meaning it's not the header. If we edit that, we want to go to the spreadsheet, get active sheet. We want to get the range that is whichever row we're in. We want the first column. We only want one column and one row size. And we want to set the value of the time. We can also format this date. So we'll use utilities.format date. We'll use just a simple years, month, and date. You can also set the time zone. We'll save this. And once it's saved, we can go back and we can just select mom. And we see here the date is entered. So we can just say, oh, we have a nappy change and dad does it. And now we have date here. We also may want the time, so we can hit space and do hour colon minutes, save that, and now we'll have the time as well. We can say feeding, say mom does that, feeding, and mom does that as well. And it'll always say time here as well. Now we want to track who's doing what and how much are they doing. We can add a couple of rows above. If we want to do that, we will have to edit this row so that it is maybe over 4. We'll add 3 rows. All I want to do is keep a count of mom and dad here. So do equals count if C4 colon C, and the criterion will be this B1. We can do the same here. Instead of B1, it's B2. And now we keep a track of who's doing what when. Can I have another nappy change by mom? You can see the count is adding up here. Next year, you should watch Google Sheets for Toddlers, where we create a playdate schedule with automatic notifications.